6 years ago. We had a gig in Ukraine in a place called Dnepr. It was Dnepropetrovsk at that time, so they renamed the city. And next day we had to play a festival which was 800 kilometers away, and we had to drive it through the night. So, and after a few hundred kilometers, there was an area near the city called Poltava with a lot of road constructions, and I was actually driving the van that time. Yeah, and there was a guy who just was driving straight at me. So I just turned the wheel right, and eventually we got into a ditch, very deep ditch, 5 meters deep. And most probably we would have died if it wasn't raining, if it hadn't been raining heavily that night, and we got stuck in the mud. There was the edge of the road and then like a cliff down. Yeah, and I was thinking, yeah, this is the end.
We understand how.
Yeah,
How many
it was
meters?
very deep, like 5 meters deep. Imagine I was driving maybe not very fast, 50, 60 kilometers per hour, but falling that deep would definitely kill all of us. Yeah.
I was sitting right beside you, like in
Yeah,
the front
on
seat.
the right of
Yeah, and I didn't.
She didn't even
executed-
scream. Yeah,
I'm
she just
like,
covered her
okay, I'm
face.
dying.
Yes, and
It wasn't me, I was screaming.
yeah, Roman was
And it was
screaming.
clear.
Yeah, I was, and it actually took a few seconds, but I remember this like at least a few minutes. because Slow motion. I turned the wheel right. I'm still on the road, on the side of the road, and there is a road construction, and I try to stop, but because it is mud, it doesn't work. And then the next thing I see is actually concrete blocks right in front of me. So it was like either going into the ditch or hitting the concrete blocks straight face to face. Yeah, but the funniest thing about all of it is that we only got our radiator broken. Everything else was fine.
Taran-taran-tan.
Yeah. Almost died, but only the radiator broken. We didn't even change it, we fixed it
Yeah.
next day.
Probably it would change. It would teach us, not to stop touring. Like the
But it
universe.
didn't.
Yeah, but it didn't. But we are bad students.
Actually, we have a video of an excavator, this huge machine, taking our van out of there. Yeah, it's quite
We
spectacular.
were very lucky, guys. I always, when I remember this shit, I tell myself, we are lucky.
We are. It's actually, yes, we are lucky. It's not about misfortune, it is about fortune. We are still here. Yeah. And you know what? The next thing we did after that, we just partied. 2 days long, non-stop.
Celebrated life.
Yeah. And then won the best Ukrainian medal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. 2 days after we missed that festival in Lvov, and 2 days after we went to Kiev, and there was this first ever best Ukrainian metal act contest. And we were complete outsiders. We were just a band from a province far away from the capital, and we won.
I played this festival for you in Lvov.
Yeah, Vlad was involved with his band that time, and yeah, they were playing. We didn't.
And drinking.
For you, for your life.
Yeah, celebration of life. There was a bit of a fuss because we got in this accident. People talked a lot about this on social media, and maybe it created the hype which helped us to win. Who knows?